Hi besties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Brianna, and today I have a very exciting video, probably one of my favorite videos to make every month, and that is making my monthly TBR. We are finally getting into the fall time, so I'm so excited to build my September TBR because fall is my favorite reading season, and I made a new TBR bingo board. Here she is in all of her glory. It is so cute, and if you saw, I think it was in April or May, I also made a TBR bingo board that was more like spring and summer themed. So we have a fall themed one, and I did do things a little bit differently. I numbered every square, so I am going to have Siri pick a random number 1 through 25, and we are going to have to choose a book from my TBR for that square. I think I'm gonna do 5 or 6. Maybe let's do 6 TBR squares, and then I will show you the other books that I already have picked out to read in September. So let's just get started. Pick a number 1 through 25. 2. Okay, so number 2 on the bingo board is a new release. Oh my gosh, yay. I am so excited because there have been so many good new releases coming out lately. So let's pick our book for number 2, new release. Okay, so for number 2 on the bingo board for new release, I went and picked out a few options, and I seriously just want to read all of these new releases. I know September also has quite a few new releases that are going to be coming out that I want to read, but right now I picked out 4 options for us to go through, and then for me to ultimately pick one of them, even though I want to read all 4 of these so bad. First, we have Love at First Sighting by Mallory Marlowe. This is the same author as Love and Other Conspiracies, and this is a paranormal romance where they're trying to investigate, like, aliens together. So this would be kind of a fun rom-com. Next, I have A Theory of Dreaming by Ava Reed. This is the second book in the Study in Drowning duology. It just came out a few weeks ago, and this one I do really want to read, and I also want to finish up the series. But this is kind of like a dark academia gothic fantasy with some romance in it. More options for new releases. We have The Enchanted Greenhouse. This is a cozy fantasy. And then lastly, I think this one's actually probably the oldest new release from these books I have picked out, but this is Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. This is a vampire fantasy with some romance. Ugh, I don't know. This is such a hard decision because with Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, V.E. Schwab is the author of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and that's one of my favorite books of all time. So it has me really hopeful for it, but also it's vampires. So I'm like, should I save that more so for Halloween time? I don't know. And then The Enchanted Greenhouse, cozy. But it is more so wintry, so I'm like, do I save that one for closer to the winter time, which would be like October, November, in Minnesota at least. So I think it's between A Theory of Dreaming and Love at First Sighting, and out of these two, I am gonna go with A Theory of Dreaming. So yay, we have our first book picked out from the bingo board. Next up, pick a number 1 through 25. Did she pick it? 8, okay. Let's see what number 8 is. Oh my gosh, another one that I was kind of hoping for, part of a series. I feel like I definitely have a few book series that I have started, like I'm in the middle of, I have to finish it, so that's definitely a good one. Let's go see what our options are for that. Part of a series, I once again have 4 options that I picked out from my physical TBR. First up for a romance, I have the Happy Ever... Can I speak? I don't know what I was about to say, but it was not the correct thing. The Happy Ever After playlist by Abby Jimenez. This is the second book in her first, like, interconnected standalone series that she did a few years ago, or quite a few years ago at this point. I read The Friend Zone, which is the first book, I think in July. So I do think this one would be really interesting just based on who I know this book is about and what that character goes through in the friend zone. I think this could be a good romance, but also I know it's gonna be sad because of what happens to the character. So I'm like, I don't know if I want anything too sad, I guess. This one is actually another part of a duology. I don't know why that is the theme with me today, but this is Beneath the Cursed Stars by Lexi Ryan. The first book is... Oh my gosh, wait. I'm not thinking correctly. It's because I'm meshing it in with These Hollow Vows, but These Hollow Vows is its own duology, and then this is like a spin-off duology, so I don't know if I should be allowed this one, because this is the first of a duology. I don't know. Anyways, this is a YA romantasy. And I have If We Were Perfect by Anna Huang. This is the fourth and final book in the If Love series. It's a romance. A messy, drama-filled romance. I think this one's about two exes, so it's second chance romance, and I know that he bakes, which baking to me is like cozy fall vibes, so... And then I actually have another Anna Huang book, King of Greed. This is the third book in the King of Sin series, and this one, I'm pretty sure the couple is already married, but they're having marital issues. I always think romance books where the couples start together and then they have to evolve their relationship in some way is really, really interesting, because we don't see that very often in romance books. Out of these four options, I think I am going to go with If We Were Perfect by Anna Huang. This one has been on my TBR for a very, very long time, like a year at this point, and I should just finish the series. I have really enjoyed the other three books in the series so far, so I don't know why it's taken me so long to pick this one up, but I do think just second chance romance is more sweet romance in general, at least the books that I have read with it. And it's just giving me cozier fall vibes, but still being a good romance, like palette cleanser. So yay. Pick a number 1 through 25. 12. Glad we haven't gotten like any duplicates yet. What is 12 on here? My husband chooses. Okay, that's fun. I'm really scared for what he's gonna choose because I feel like he definitely has a few ideas of his own. But we'll see. Hopefully he picks a good one. Okay, my husband's on a break from work, so he's here to choose a book for us now.
So I have any option.
You got here. The rotating shelf, and then also down here.
Just a little crawl space?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey. Are we feeling a certain vibe, or am I just kind of going wherever I want?
No, it's like free reign. There's no guidelines.
Okay. A book right now that kind of like grabs a little bit, that just like, I don't know, speaks to me. The Courting of Bristol Keats.
The one you got me.
Oh yeah. Otherwise,
you're like all squared up.
Let's see. You know what book I first saw was A Tale of Two Cities. God.
But we're reading the like fantasy retelling.
I know.
That'd be a lot of Tale of Two Cities for 1 month.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go back to my very first pick here. At least take a look at. Of course, it's on the bottom.
Get it out. Wow.
Hey, just one drop, that's pretty good. That's damage control. I like the sprayed edge. I don't really remember anymore what it is. I'm just judging a book based on its cover, but the cover is giving pretty good vibes. So
yeah, the cover is pretty.
The receipt in here. Say that for tax season. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with my pick. I think the sprayed edge is cool. I think the cover's pretty. And you said 2024 for Christmas, was it?
Yeah.
So you've had it for almost a year.
Yeah.
I feel like it's I think
like
it's due time.
8 months.
Right, but like whatever. All right. Here's my pick.
Okay, thank you. Next up, pick a number 1 through 25. Oh, 12 again. Can't do that. Pick a number 1 through 25. Can you go? 15. Okay. Ooh, 15 is a thriller book. Now, I don't have a ton of thrillers on my TBR, but I definitely have like a handful to choose from, so that'll be fun. Okay, the next prompt was thriller, and although I do have probably a few more thrillers than this, none of them were really speaking out to me, so I only have 2 options for this prompt on our bingo board. I was also thinking about looking at thrillers on Kindle Unlimited, because I know there's a lot of options that I probably will read soon in the month of September, but I think there might be a new Frida McFadden book coming out in September, so I thought I could also read that in September, but these are the 2 that we're going to pick as of right now. The first one is My Daughter is Missing. I think this one is about a dad with kind of like a shady past or something, and now that his daughter has gone missing, he obviously wants to find his daughter, but he's like, I don't know what I can tell the police, and it's just like, I think your daughter is more important than whatever shady stuff you did in your past, right? And then I have None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. I already know that I'm gonna pick this one actually because my sister-in-law has recommended it to me, and I just want to read something right away that she recommended to me. So we're gonna go with this. I know nothing about this. I prefer to go into my books blindly, especially for thrillers. So I know this is a very, very popular book that a lot of people have read already, but I have not, and I hope to in September. Second to the last, we're gonna do 2 more. Pick a number 1 through 25. No, I don't want to set an alarm. Pick a number 1 through 25. 2, we already got 2. Pick a number 1 through 25. It did 2 again. Oh, Siri, please pick a new number 1 through 25. 1, okay. 1 is a historical fiction. Again, I definitely don't have a ton of historical fictions, but I definitely have a few that we can choose from. For historical fiction, once again, I do think there might be a few other ones on my physical TBR that are historical fiction, but the 3 that I have picked out to choose from were the ones that were calling to me most. First up, we have The Great Alone by Kristen Hanna. This one follows a family living in Alaska in I think the 1970s. I love any Kristen Hanna historical fiction. I know they will make me bawl my eyes out, but I also do learn a lot because she researches so heavily so that her books are accurate while still being a work of fiction. So I really, really love that, but I'm really scared for this one because, again, like, Kristen Hanna books are devastating. But I do think this one could be fun. The colors are definitely giving me September vibes. Then I have The Great When. I think this one is a little bit fantasy as well, because it takes place in London post-World War II, I'm pretty sure. It says a fantasy series about murder, magic, and madness in post-World War II. And lastly, I have picked out The Women in the Wallpaper. And again, I think this one definitely has some fantasy aspects to it. Let's see, does it say when it takes place? The French Revolution, it looks like. You know what? I think I'm gonna go with this one. I'm really intrigued by it. I think it follows 2 sisters. They're forced to move to the outskirts of Paris where they've been offered to work at a factory for this wallpaper. I think one of the sisters notices something weird about the wallpaper and how there's like images of women in this wallpaper, and like maybe the women are trapped in the wallpaper. I don't really know. Again, this has definitely like a fantasy aspect to it as well. I think this one sounds really, really interesting. I've had it on my TBR for quite a few months and I've really been looking forward to it, and I've been saving it for fall time specifically. Some of the blurbs say an exquisite page turner that will keep you up at night, weeping and yet intimate, powerful and passionate and yet subtle and unnerving, a glorious read, and spellbinding and decadent, an astounding debut. So there is our historical fiction pick. All right, last one. Pick a number 1 through 25. 24. And 24 is another really fun one. It is an ARC or advanced reader's copy. I definitely have a handful of ARCs on my TBR. Some that have already come out, I know, but there's still an advanced copy that I just didn't get to before the release date, so that's really exciting. Maybe we can find one that hasn't come out yet so I can let you know ahead of time how it is. Let's go see. And lastly, I picked out some ARCs. Once again, I do have more ARCs than this on my TBR, but these are the 3 that stood out to me the most. First, I have Time of Your Life by Jessa Hastings. This came out in July, it looks like, but this is an advanced copy of it. I think this one is a romance about musicians and it takes place in the 90s. Next I have Dream On by Jennifer Hartman. This one came out in August. I think this one is a second chance romance maybe, where the male main character is a Hollywood star and he is writing a new show or a new movie, about his relationship with the female main character and basically like what happened with them. So now they are having this little fake dating romance for PR for his new show coming out. Second chance romance with fake dating. I do think that sounds really, really fun. And lastly, oh gosh, what is this called? I'm so bad. Among the Burning Flowers by Samantha Shannon. This is a prequel to A Priory of the Orange Tree, which is a epic fantasy, I think like not high fantasy, I don't think that's the right thing I'm trying to say. I don't know, basically an epic fantasy with dragons. So that's a prequel, basically where this world starts, and this one comes out September. I'm not sure the release date, does it say anywhere? Anywho's, this one is obviously like the most fall vibes of these books. It's a fantasy, it has dragons, like need I say more? It's definitely between these two. And I might think on it for a minute because I don't know. Okay, after thinking it over for a little bit longer, I think I'm going to go with Dream On. I feel like this will be a good palette cleanser because I do have a lot of like fantasy heavy or like historical fictions and thrillers can be heavy. So since I have so many of those in the fall, I think I definitely need to mix it up with a romance here and there for September. And this one did come out this month, whereas the fantasy comes out in September. So this one's been on my TBR for longer. It's an arc that's already out, so I feel like I should read this one sooner. And now for the other 5 books I have on my September TBR that I just picked out that I already wanted to read. I have Love of My Afterlife. This is a paranormal, or I don't know, kind of paranormal rom-com magical realism basically. And once again, I do think this could be a fun palette cleanser, but it does have that magical element in it, which is super fun for the fall time. Wild and Wrangled. This is the 4th and final book of the, why am I blanking? Rebel Blue Ranch series. Cowboy romance. This one is kind of like Second Chance maybe, or childhood friends to lovers, and single mom. And then my book club book for the month of September is A Far Better Thing by H.G. Perry. And this is a fantasy retelling of A Tale of Two Cities. It has fae in it. I'm actually going to be reading this with my husband for book club. This Woven Kingdom, I know if you've been keeping up with me, you know I've been wanting to read this one for a hot minute. I actually started a different fantasy series in August that I'm just now wrapping up, so I want, or I was gonna say finish this one. No, I want to start this one when I finish that other one. And lastly, we have The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. This one came out a few months ago, but this is another one of her dark gothic fantasies. I am so excited for this. The magic in this sounds so good. Ooh, I'm excited. I have been, once again, keeping this one on my TBR until the fall time, even though I've had it since like June or July. I've been saving it. I've been very, very patient, so I'm rewarding myself with it. So those are the books that I picked out to read for September with the help of my new TBR bingo board. So once I get them read, I will cross them off the list. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel down below. Make sure to comment any videos you'd like to see from me in the future, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Bye!